every single day. Without anyone noticing, she did the same thing. She served a warm plate of food to a boy who barely spoke. She didn't charge him, didn't ask his name, didn't expect a spoken thank you. It was just a quick glance from him, an almost imperceptible nod, and the plate would slowly disappear. No one in the diner commented, no one questioned it, until one Saturday morning, the doorbell rang differently. A man walked in, looked around with tired, urgent eyes, and stopped when he saw table 7. He saw his son eating in silence. He saw the waitress serving him with the same care as always, and in an instant, he understood everything that had been happening there for months. Stay until the end, because this simple story made of small gestures and meaningful silences will show you that kindness doesn't need words to change lives, and that sometimes what we do quietly is exactly what someone else needed to believe in the world again. Her name was Anna. She was 32 years old. She had been a waitress at the Diner da Praca for nearly 10 years. She was single, but dreamed of having a big family. Every month, she sent part of her salary to help her own family. Aina was the kind of person who smiled even when her feet ached after 12 hours on her feet, or when she had to work double shifts. Was played with customers' kids, handing out candy, telling quick little stories about a bird traveling the world, making funny faces to draw laughter from the shyest ones. But there was something that touched her more deeply: seeing a hungry child. She herself had grown up in a humble home, where meals were divided into small portions and bread for the next day was carefully saved. And I remembered clearly what it felt like to look at an empty pot and still believe the world was good, because her mother always found a way to put something on the table. That's why, when she saw a child looking at other people's plates with sad eyes, she couldn't ignore it. It was as if every hungry child was a piece of her own past. It wasn't pity, it was recognition. And for Anna, recognition became action. One more plate, one more smile. A place where a child could feel seen. She never told anyone how much those small acts fulfilled her. She kept it to herself, like a sweet secret. Because for Anna, helping didn't need an audience. It was enough to know that, for a few minutes, someone wasn't alone with their hunger. The boy first appeared on a rainy afternoon. He was about 9 years old, carrying an old backpack slung over one shoulder, wearing worn-out sneakers that left marks on the floor. He pulled out a chair and sat at table 7, in the most hidden corner, where the light from the window barely reached. He asked only for a glass of water, his voice so low it almost disappeared in the noise of the diner. Anna, with a gentle and understanding look, knew he was hungry. She brought the water, and without saying a word, placed a plate of pasta with tomato sauce and grated cheese in front of him. It's leftover from lunch. Eat before it gets cold, she said casually, as if it were routine. He looked at the plate for a long moment, then at her, and nodded slowly. He ate in complete silence, without a sound, barely lifting his eyes. The next day, he came back, sat at the same table, asked for the same water, and Aina brought the plate again. Without ringing it up, without looking around to see if anyone noticed, it was as if the whole world knew that moment belonged only to them. The other staff noticed. Of course, one or two would whisper, "That kid again." But no one interfered. The manager, Mr. Jorge, would just give Anna a subtle nod, as if approving without needing words. She started preparing smaller portions, but always nourishing. Rice with egg and tomato, beans with sausage, warm soup on cold days. Sometimes she added fresh orange juice or a sliced apple. The boy ate everything slowly, as if each bite were a victory. He never left anything behind. Before leaving, he would place the exact coins for the water on the table and walk away without looking back. Aina would watch through the window until he disappeared around the corner. Then she would clean the table slowly, holding on to that moment like a quiet treasure. To her, it wasn't charity. It was an unspoken agreement As long as he came, there would be a warm plate waiting. Over time, Anna began to notice things no one else seemed to see. Some days he arrived earlier, as if he wanted to leave home sooner. Sometimes he wore a thin jacket that wasn't enough for the cold. Other times, his hands were dirty, his hair messy, as if he didn't have a comb or a mirror at home. He never complained, never asked for more, just sat, ate, and left. But he would shrink when someone passed too close, as if expecting trouble. One day, he accidentally knocked over his juice. Before Anna could reach him, he had already curled up in his chair, bracing for a scolding. "Hey, it's okay. Accidents happen. I'll take care of it," she said softly. He relaxed slowly, though his body still trembled. Anna began leaving small notes under his plate. "You're always welcome here. If you need more, just ask." He never replied with words, but he kept every note carefully. At night, when she closed the diner, Anna would think about him. She wondered if there was anyone at home waiting for him with the same warmth she tried to serve on a plate. After months, she tried getting a little closer. "Are you enjoying the food today? Want more cheese?" A shy smile appeared. One day, he whispered, "Thank you." It was his first word, and it warmed her heart like a light being turned on inside her. After that, he started leaving drawings for her. A bright sun, a house with smoke coming out of the chimney, a woman in an apron serving food. Anna kept them all like treasures. One day, he drew the two of them together. Next to it, in shaky handwriting, he wrote, "Best place." Anna held the paper to her chest and whispered, "You have no idea how much this place is better because of you too." For the first time in a long while, she felt that she wasn't just caring for someone. She was being cared for in return. One Saturday morning, the doorbell rang louder than usual. A man walked in. He looked about 40, with an unshaven beard and tired eyes. He ordered a coffee, but didn't sit down. He looked around until his eyes landed on table 7. The boy was there, eating. The man took a deep breath and walked over. He sat down carefully. "Gabriel, why do you come here every day without telling me?" The boy looked up. Tears came instantly. "I saw the drawings in your backpack, son," the father said, his voice breaking. "I work all day. I thought you were eating at school. I didn't know you were hungry." From a distance, Aina froze, her chest tightening. "I failed you, but I'm here now." Gabriel stood up and ran into his father's arms. The hug started awkward, then grew tight and desperate. The father looked at Anna, emotional. "I'm his father. My name is Marcos. I've been a widower for 3 years. I didn't see that my son was going hungry. I failed." Aina gently shook her head. "You didn't fail. You're here now. That already means a lot." Gabriel, still holding his father, said, "She never let me stay hungry. She always smiled at me, treated me like I mattered." Marcos held Anna's hand firmly. "You didn't just save his hunger, you saved his heart." Anna smiled through tears. Just seeing him smile more, that's already enough. "If you allow me, I'd like to come back here. Not just as a customer, maybe as a friend." Gabriel hugged Anna tightly. "You're the best person I know, and you're the bravest boy I've ever met," she replied. And in that moment, inside the noisy diner, a special silence formed between the three of them. Today, Gabriel no longer comes alone. He arrives holding his father's hand. They order food together, sit at table 7, and laugh. Marcosa found a better job, one that gives him more time with his son. It came through a connection made right there at the diner. Ana still works there, but now with lighter shifts. Mr. Jorge raised her salary. On weekends, she visits their home. She cooks, laughs with Gabriel, teaches him recipes. Gabriel keeps all the notes Anna left in a notebook he calls Aunt Anna's book. And every time he says it, she gets emotional. One Sunday at the park, Marco said, "You didn't just help my son, you reminded me how to be a father." Aina smiled. Sometimes, a simple gesture changes everything. Gabriel ran toward them and shouted, "You are my family." And Anna always says, "Sometimes we think we can't change the world, but a warm meal, a smile, and a safe place can change someone's world." And when someone changes, the world changes with them. A simple act, done quietly, can rebuild an entire family. Kindness doesn't need applause. It only needs a heart. And you, have you ever done something like this for someone, expecting nothing in return?